Hey guys, welcome back. All right, today I want to talk about mastering habit loops. This is a crucial skill that doesn't just apply to quitting porn and quitting masturbation, but it also applies to everything else that you do in your life. Pretty much everything you do is the result of this habit loop. And here's simply how it works. You have a trigger, you execute on a behavior, and you get a reward. And if you think about it, your brain wants to hold on to the pleasant things and eliminate the unpleasant things. And when you do this over and over again, you get a habit. So habit loops are really simple in nature. There's an entire book written about this called The Power of Habit, which is an excellent book, but I'll save you the 200 pages. And if you follow through to the end of this video, you'll have the full understanding of it. So what's really important to understand is I want you to consider bringing awareness to your habit loops. What are your habit loops in your life, specifically around porn and masturbation? And I want you to bring awareness to it. By bringing awareness to what the three pieces of your habit loop are, you unlock the power to change the habit. So that's what we're going to focus on today. The exercise for today is very simple. I want you to think about the last time you had a relapse, or maybe something you're going through right now. And I want you to think about what was the trigger that sparked the habit loop for you. Then, obviously, what was the behavior? And it was most likely, scrolling through Pornhub or, masturbation, whatever it was for you, the behaviors you took after you were triggered. And then what was the benefit and the reward that you got from that behavior? Maybe it was just a good feeling. Can you dive a little bit deeper into it though? Maybe you were looking for something more that you weren't getting, and this is the reward. You got to feel good, plus other things. Just dive deeper into each of those three. Now, sometimes it could be really simple, like a trigger could be scrolling through Instagram and you see a picture that kind of gets you thinking and turns your arousal on. That could be a very simple trigger, but it could also be deeper, and I want you to try and get as deep as you can on your trigger. Then do the same for the behavior. What were the sensations you were looking for? What was the behavior that you ensued? And then what were the benefits or payoffs that you got, the reward at the end of it? And really reflect on each one of those three components. Have fun with this and even label your habit loops. You might have multiple. You might have a habit loop for Instagram scrolling, maybe going to the theater and watching a movie. I don't know. There's so many different ones, and it's important to document these and just bring more, which is a process of bringing awareness to it. All right, now I want to give you an example of one of my habit loops. This is me being at my most vulnerable, sharing with you guys some really personal stuff. All right, so I call this habit loop the Michelander's loop. Why do I name it that? I'm having fun with it because there was this girl in my life who was a really good friend of mine, and I had the absolute biggest crush on. All right, so this girl was absolutely beautiful, fun, almost everything that I kind of physically wanted in a woman. And we were really good friends, and we spent a lot of time together. And one of our things was like just binging on McDonald's at like 2 a.m. and that was kind of our thing. We'd just get together, head out to McDonald's and binge. That's why I call it the Michelander's loop. It's a combination of her name and McDonald's. And I just make fun of it. But here's the thing, right? So every time we would talk or I'd hang out with her, that was a trigger for me. And it triggered a lot inside me. And it would make me feel this energy inside me that was anxious and nervous. And it kind of brought out the insecurities in me. And it made me feel not good enough, and I just wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel pleasure. I really did want her at the end of the day, if I'm being brutally honest. And every time, even though we were friends and we never really went that direction, what's interesting is she was the trigger for me. Just thoughts of her triggered me, and the behavior was that I felt the need to consume porn, masturbate, to feel in control and to fake feel that I could have her. Because what I would do is I would look for porn that like was similar to her, and then I would fantasize about being with her, and I would get pleasure from that. And basically I was tricking my mind into thinking I was actually with her when that was not happening. So it was just kind of like this false loop, right? The reward of going down the route of porn and masturbation in regards to this McLander's loop is, again, it gave me feelings of certainty. It made me feel good enough. It made me feel like I could have what I wanted, and that it masked all my insecurities, right? So there's the habit loop, the trigger, the behavior, and the reward that I was going after. Now, by bringing intense awareness around that, every time I got triggered by her, I would journal. Why? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel this heightened need of arousal where I just need to go and find pleasure and feel better? What am I escaping? And this is kind of what I found out. So journal, 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 the trigger, the behavior, the reward. Spend 5-10 minutes on that. And through that process, what started to happen for me is it would dissolve the pressure. And I no longer felt compelled to act on the habit loop. It unlocked the power for me to choose something else. And what did I choose? I chose to continue to foster an amazing friendship with her. I chose to practice the no arousal technique, not to let myself get bent out of shape. I also practiced working on the things in my life that make me happy, that fulfill me, basically the 6 core needs, and getting reward from that. Choose a habit loop, choose a name for it, journal the trigger, journal the behavior, journal the reward, and you'll be surprised what you'll discover from that process. You'll find blind spots, weaknesses that you need to work on, and you will also unlock the power to make a change. It'll lose its power over you. It just fizzles away, which is phenomenal feeling. So that's it for today. That's your exercise for today. And tomorrow we're going to pick up on this training and take it a little bit deeper. So stay tuned for the next video.